What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and we are talking about the fight between Holly Holm and Irene Aldana. What actually happened between these two competitors when they stepped inside the octagon? Well, you could tell from the moment the fight started, Holly Holm seemed to be the superior striker, but as the fight went on, we got to see glimpses of elite-level grappling skill, technical game planning, and beautiful kicking skill as well by Holly Holm. Holly seems to be at an all-time high. She was able to take down Irene Aldana at least once in every round, dominated her on the feet. She was the matador to the bull. Irene Aldana was pressuring Holly and had no answer. Holly Holm, also being in the southpaw stance, was able to land some beautiful straight left hands. Irene Aldana consistently was trying to keep her foot on the outside of the southpaw fighter, which you are supposed to do, unable to land any right hands of significance, really struggled to get inside the range, and as she would come in, the beautiful lead leg sidekick of Holly Holm was keeping Irene Aldana off of her for most of the fight. Holly Holm ends up winning the fight with 50-45 on two of the scores and even a 50-44 scorecard. I believe this is the best I've seen Holly Holm look in probably about 3 years. She went in and put on an excellent display and looks to still be in her prime and maybe even better than she has ever been. I was a bit questionable of her skill set after her fight against Raquel Pennington, and she didn't look to be the same Holly Holm that we had seen. She looked a bit older. She looked struggling with her timing. Granted, that was just a bad fight. She comes out against Irene Aldana and put on, I believe, the performance of a lifetime that should definitely boost her up still to be in the title talks, and I could see a potential rematch with Amanda Nunes somewhere down the line, but I don't think that is the fight to make just yet. I believe we have to do Germaine de Randamie, who also fought on the same card and won against Juliana Pena, versus Holly Holm. Their first fight, bit of a controversial battle. I think that maybe you could have gave Holly the decision, 2 punches after the bell that were very significant in that matchup. And I think the rematch, now is the time to do it. Put it on a main event in the next couple months. I believe it sells. I believe you have two of the best women in the world. And I believe the winner will be the next challenger for Amanda Nunes. Both of them have losses to Amanda. Germaine de Randamie was able to go the distance over the course of 5 rounds, getting dominated in the grappling exchange. Holly Holm was able to last about 1 round, was knocked out in about 3.5 or 4 minutes in that fight with a brutal head kick. And, she's looking to get a second chance against Amanda Nunes. And I do believe she can perform much better than she did in their original meeting. Holly Holm looks to be as good as we have ever seen her, and a rematch with Germaine de Randamie and a victory over Germaine would guarantee her a title shot. Now, for Irene Aldana, not all hope is lost. She still is a top female in the world. She will absolutely remain inside of the top 10 of the UFC women's bantamweight division. As for her next opponent, I believe you give her Juliana Pena, who also lost to Germaine de Randamie earlier on the card by submission. I think that's a very interesting matchup. You have the grappler versus the striker. We saw a bit of, not a significant hole, but a slight hole in the game as far as being able to get back up to her feet against Holly Holm. Granted, Holly Holm, one of the best grapplers in the division. Prior to this fight, though, Irene Aldana was second to John Jones in takedown defense. Now, can Juliana Pena get her to the mat? We may see Irene Aldana dominate their fight and look significantly better than she did against Holly Holm, and I like to see that matchup. And I don't think a title shot is out of the question for Irene Aldana if she's able to get 2 or 3 wins together. The women's bantamweight division is always a wide open division, and new matchups for the champion Amanda Nunes are always needed. Now, Holly Holm de Randamie would be, the winner would be in a rematch with Nunes, but I believe either will sell a rematch. And I think they're both excellent fights. But overall, great performance by Holly Holm. I was very happy to see how good she looked. She seems to be on another level at this point. At 38 years of age, I expected her to be slower. She looked faster than ever. I expected her to gas a bit more. She looked in better shape than I have ever seen her. She was not tired. In the post-fight interview, she seemed that she could go 5 more rounds. I believe Holly Holm is a legitimate threat to Amanda Nunes for a potential title shot. Now, can she defeat Amanda? That is yet to be seen. I would love to see the rematch, but first she must get past Germaine de Randamie. I would say the scariest woman in that division besides Holly Holm. That is the fight to make. I cannot wait to see what is next and the next matchup for Holly Holm. She looked excellent, and I do believe that she is going to continue to be a star in this women's bantamweight division. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is a video talking about what actually happened between these two. I hope you guys enjoyed this post-fight analysis. I will see you all in the next video. Also, guys, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you all in the next video.